Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. Hello. Happy Friday. It is Friday evening here in Columbus, Indiana. We're going to be playing some World of Warcraft Classic, the Burning Crusade Classic. The Dark Portal just opened, and we're super happy. Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. We got everything going here. Sometimes it'd be slow. Looks like we got everything going. Should be live for you guys now. There we go. It updated. Sorry, guys, we're here. What's up? How's it going, everyone? Put my headphones on. Headphones are dying. Plug my headphones in. We got a little agenda here. We're going through a checklist. How you guys doing tonight out there? What up, brother? There's an add-on called Account Played, and it'll show you a list of all your characters or the classes, and then how many hours you played on all of them, and it'll tell you based off your whole account. Oh, check it out, dude. I wonder if you have to log into retail to get it to work, or if it'll just read it all. Like some of these people are posting in the comments their playtime and stuff. Like this guy, 11 years. Like, how do you play 11 years sitting? You know what I mean? The game's been out like 2 years, 2 years, 87 days. I'd probably put in that much time. Wild though. That's pretty good. That'd be cool. Maybe that's why the ports were 10 gold. Now I see why. People probably doing that. What's that? Oh. I was so nonchalant, I didn't even pay attention. I was just like, that's me this year. Bot. No. No, I personally talk to like everybody, so hopefully they're alright. Of course it existed. Dude, killing these living blazes as prot sucks. Dude, I can't fight more than one. I can barely fight one. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I've seen a few out there. What the hell is going on in here? Yeah. I think this guy's here. A lion stopped by me and randomly growled his mount. So I mounted up on mine and slash rooted him.
Never!
Dude, I am so like drained again today. Like I feel the same as I did last night. Like I'm just already ready for bed. What the hell? Uh, 54 and 16% in. 5 years later. Where am I supposed to? Am I supposed to take Ringo all the way back up to the like flight path area? Oh my god! Can I mount up? Yeah, me and this other person's doing it at the same time, I guess. Yeah, nobody gets high enough level probably yet. They're gonna be like 50 gold apiece. Oh, he fights stuff?
Interesting. If you ever need anything,
Bro, I can't stay focused at all. My mind is just drifting. Oh my God. No, that would be the worst. It would. I mean, I'd have to interact with other people. Not even, I have no energy for it. NPCs are enough. Brother, oh man, not good. Not good. Brother, no. Well, this thing's following me an awful long way.
Time is money, friend.
Winter Spring. Why are you sending me to Winter Spring? Is that like the next place to go or something? You just follow these? One of the cooler places. Horde little encampment, so I think. Yeah. Yeah. No. No. Nope. I guess guild chat went down for a minute there or two. That's what a couple were saying, yeah. It's the IRS auditing the guild chat for gold transactions they can somehow get money off of. Running, I be running. Ungoro running simulator. The mighty Ucha. Not to be confused with the mighty Kucha. People always just leave these red crystals and it's like, they sell pretty good. Get like a gold for a stick of 5 or something. At least it was when I did it a couple days ago. Who's in here? Level 53, got Crusader enchant on a weapon already. You're telling me that chasing Amy quest, that thing only spawns here and there? Like if somebody does it, you have to wait? What the hell, dude? Now there's like a line up here. Like people are like single file lining it waiting. Like how? What the f? As he let down his third long yawn. Well, what the hell, man? Ungoro Thunderer. Mighty Ucha. Oh man, I got really tired after I ate food. What the hell? I had like a burst of energy there when I finally gave up, I guess. She wanted my coarse gorilla hair. Hey, bro. I haven't seen my layering app thing for a while. Is it like gone now or something? Imagine that. Oh, Dark Portal, here we are. Layers, goodbye. Chat, I'm sorry. I have no energy to That's on 62, Joe. Double take it. Let's go, Uchala. Ucha. Ucha. Oh, shit. I'm about to freak out. Dude, there's like 3 Blood Elf Paladins down here, and all 3 of us are tanks, and all 3 of us have the same shoulders. It's funny. And of course, the alliance here just so rogue, sorry, rogue alliance. What's that noise? Weird noise I was hearing. Where's that drop from? Grizzlock's Hypertech Buckler. That's a pretty good one. That's a pretty good one. I guess it tells me on it. Tinker, Grizzlock. Like I should just read. His gear set's pretty good. Man, I hope my daughter didn't get me sick or something. I feel like awful right now for some reason. Like, I don't know what the hell hit me, but dude, like when I was texting you, I was fine. And all of a sudden now I'm like, dude. Still off? So if one person's here, or if 4 people are here and we're all doing the Chase and Amy escrow quest, do we all have to submit a thing, or does it just take one? Like for the mithril casing, do we all have to use that, or does it just take one person's? Okay. Everybody turns the main quest in, and then we accept it for the last one. So yeah, everybody turns in the first quest, and then you start the escort, and then it like flags them, you know. Oh shit. That's why I got with your mama orc. She had that thick hide. What? Uncle was like, hey, you like escort quests? Good. Quest? Good. We got one at each point for the farthest point away. So I guess after you turn in the mithril casing, Amy will just pop up with a quest and you accept it, and it's like the escort portion. And the last guy who was party with us, no, that's the way it is. The last guy who was party with us said he didn't get it though, but 3 of us did. And I confirmed. I was like, did everybody do it? everybody turned in. They go, ready, ready, ready. And then I said, are you ready, Quinn? And he's like, I'm on the escort part. I was like, oh, okay. So I accepted and started it. And the other guys are following along. Like, they got the prompt, maybe. Because I know it prompts you. Would you like to go with this? You know, start it. Yeah, it worked for all of us. He was the only person that didn't get it. That's weird.
Watch your back.
Mm, 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 mm. I figure what the hell that noise is. Bro, I swear if you like triangulate all these quests in Angoro, it's just one giant pentagram. Especially run a big pentagram. It's great. I should be out here questing. I done spent I spent 7 gold on the leggings I'm using now. They lasted me a good 15 levels, I feel like, but I just got the matching set out here doing a quest. Well, just so I know, if, whoa, 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 these are mail. That's why, on a plate. They're like double, almost triple the armor. It's pretty good mail legging, though. Man, the next week is gonna be so jam-packed full of bullshit. Like, I got information to provide just as thick as the stupid DOR IRS stuff to FSSA and to all these other places, SSI or the social, yeah, SSI or whatever, SSA. There you go. It's like, what the heck, dude? I look at numbers, my brain hurts, dude. Like, for the first, if this tells you anything, for the first time today after I was done talking to people, and I was like, whether they were done talking to me, was there anything else further you needed? And it's like they just explained it, and my brain was still like, And mind you, I take notes too. Like, I got all these notes and stuff, and I couldn't even decipher my own notes. I was like, what the hell? Is like, but I sat there and I was like, how do I tackle this project? And I spent a good hour just, you know, assessing how to tackle it. And I'm confused, dude. And it's not too often I get confused on shit like, you know, pretty much anything after I do research or actually put my mind to it. That's like, I think what it boils down to is the Department of Revenue doesn't want to, they want to make sure that all my stuff adds up, but they don't want to take the time to actually go through my bank statements and match up transactions. If you understand what I'm saying. Like, this is income from DoorDash, there it goes deposited there. Like the money trail, you know what I mean? And it's like, they don't want to do that, so they're making me do it. And then if not, I owe them money. It's like, what the hell, dude? It's all right there. You know, I gig work. These are my 3 banking accounts. This is where all the finances come in. Here's each month to month. You know, there it is. Why do you bill me? Send me a correspondence saying, sorry, the information you provided is not good enough. With no explanation, mind you, Joe. None. No explanation on how to fix it or anything.
Guide you.
And literally just, that's it. You know what I mean? Expect me to get this letter that says, sorry, that wasn't good enough. And know what to do further. And it's like, okay. I don't know if I mentioned before either. I guess since 2023, this has been a problem. in 2023 they had the same issue with me not providing enough information. This is when I started like the most of this stuff, 2020, 2023, right in there. Like the DoorDash and the Spark stuff. And because all before that it was just content creation. You know what I mean? That's all I did. I didn't actually have any other outlets that I worked. And they were like, yeah, in 2023 we sent out this stuff and you never responded and didn't fix it, so all the other correspondence letters you're going to get are going to be brief because you should already understand what's going on. And I was like, wait a minute. I was like, if I get something from the IRS, it's super important and it goes in my folder here. And the only thing I have is from 2024 stating, hey, there's been an adjustment made. Here's why. And there was no give me anything, give me none of that, nothing. I was like, it just showed that. I was like, my taxes deposited and everything. And he's like, well, this is state only. And I was like, oh. I was like, well, okay. I was like, but still, I didn't owe you guys anything. I can see in my account here, like, there's nothing. He's like, yeah, let me look. And he goes back and he goes, He's like, let me talk to my supervisor for a moment. It's like 20 minutes long conversation of me on no hold and shit. And he comes back and he's like, yeah, we're just now seeing that originally you were just given a, hey, you did something wrong. Here's the outcome of it with no information on how to fix it or no information on what went wrong. And I was like, yeah, I didn't get anything. There's nothing even in your correspondence online either. So I didn't get mailed nothing. I promise you that. I was like, this stuff, is important to me. I don't take this lightly, And he's like, that's weird. He's like, you mind if I put you on hold to see, what can be done and blah, blah, blah. Basically, he comes back and tells me, yeah, I wouldn't even worry about it unless you really want to go back and file. And because they go for 3 years, you can do that. You can go back and pull it and maybe get your state refunds from those and stuff, which I'll probably do because I have nothing to hide and all the records are there. They're in my bank. You know what I mean? They're easy to pull. I just have to, I guess, label them all one by one for him for 365 days. Because, I mean, some of them are like little donations that, people, Sammy hits me with, or, $1 here, PayPal, 5 there, just people helping out around there. And it's like, man, I gotta go find all these through all this, it's like, and it's like, I was like, can I just pull the data from each one and then compile it out, the date, time, and everything, and then put it on a separate sheet and then hand that sheet to you and then you can go file it? And he's like, no, you have to go on the original document and go through. And he's like, if you want, just mark out the ones that don't matter. And then next to the ones that matter, put where they're from, what they are, and all that stuff. I was like, dude, like, you guys really are making me do all the, like, super tedious stuff. But I mean, I understand that they have hundreds and hundreds or thousands of people they got to go through, so. But I mean, when it comes to filing all this and all the gig work stuff, I've never once learned that, Just like it was today, I found out that apparently me filing my taxes the way I have the previous other years is wrong too. Because I file my mileage under one category with, I didn't do that this year, that's right. That's one of the problems I had. For some reason this year, TurboTax was trying to import stuff from last year and doubled up one. Not doubled up. Didn't split it. Or I'm sorry, split it. That's what it was. I don't know. Split my taxes, but it was supposed to be one category filing under it. DoorDash and Spark. But instead it split them into 2 different business entities. And I don't know. It's messed up this year. I don't know why. TurboTax, I've always just done the same thing. Followed through. Uploaded the information. Uploaded my 1099s and sent it through. I've never had an issue. I mean, it's like, all of a sudden this year it's red flags everywhere. It's like, what am I red flagging? It's all there. Well, because we don't want to look through all that. You never itemized and categorized it. And it's like, well, what the fuck? Like I said, I made this much. It's right there in the account in reflection. I don't understand the problem. You know, take your taxes out of it and let me move on. Like, it should be as easy as payroll for a company, you know? Well, and the kicker to it all is like they don't accept spreadsheets or Excel, you know, Excel where you can break it down really easily in one of those programs. No, that's not accepted. Or no, sorry, they accept them, but that can't be the sole proof. There has to be like all the little bank records that I give them. But all those little bank records have to have little cliff notes saying that this is that transaction right here on this date, on this time. It's like, dude, how am I supposed to be out here, you know, making... If I was working as hard as I was in the previous years where I had to do all that, they hit me on one of those years with all this, dude, I couldn't even do it. There was thousands of deliveries, you know, thousands of deliveries. How the hell do you micromanage DoorDash, Spark, you know, Grubhub, and all these little apps? Okay, this trip took me 1.7 miles. I made $6 pay from them. I made $3.20 tips process after, and that's the way it's going to be this year. You know that, Joe? Apparently tips portions of gig workers' pay cannot be taxed. So I don't know if I'm assuming for me in my tax situation that rules into me making less on the earned income portion because my tips are not. Yeah, you know what I mean. I don't know. They just got me super stressed, and like when you call and ask questions, and it's like I didn't know what questions to ask exactly because this is all kind of new, and it's like they didn't have no answers for me, even though they're the ones that sent all this stuff out. It's like I should be able to be like, "What's going on?" You're like, "Okay, we need this, and this," and if I go, "Well, what's that?" They should be like, "This, and this, and this, and this, and this." You know, it's like, how do they not have all that information? Why is it so vague and cut dry for them and like so intense? Dude, I hired a tax expert. Like, I mean, that's what I'm telling them. And that's another thing. I talk with TurboTax and everything too, because I pay for like the premium stuff. It's like 150 extra on top of everything. The whole total is like right just under $400. And the thing is, it's like now on TurboTax, normally I submit my taxes, and I noticed this when it was going on, but I didn't recall, and I read too, but I didn't recall ever seeing any prompt like that, but somehow they weaseled it in, she said. She's like, it's in there at the end now. And I was like, well, why doesn't it do it automatically? But normally when I file my taxes and when I'm done and I hit submit, it will do this thing where it's like checking your taxes for possible errors and kind of AI reads it or whatever. And then if there's any issues found, it will say, hey, there was an issue found. Would you like to get live help from your tax expert? You know, they'll take over the PC, they'll move your mouse, they'll go through and look at your stuff, things like that. And this year it didn't do that. It said everything's good to go, and so I filed. Well, apparently I'm supposed to contact them and have them look over them now through that video stuff because I pay for it, and that I never did that this year. And I'm like, what the heck? And she's like, yeah, most of this could have been caught by us. And I was like, what the heck? And it's like, stop letting AI run your fucking business. You know what I mean? Like, what the hell? It just told me like everything's good to go and there was no indiscrepancies or anything. So I mean, but their excuse for that was, well, there's nothing wrong with your taxes and there's no information, there's nothing misleading. It's just it needs to be itemized correctly. And she's like, honestly, you could have filed it a little less tediously. It could have been a little tighter if you would have just, you know, put your content creation, promotions, and streaming as one category, one business, and your contract work, gig work as the second, you know, business. And there's only two businesses, and then you file everything under one, everything under the other. And I'm like, the only thing that crosses paths here is cash tips that I get. So like when I'm out door dashing, if somebody hands me cash tips, I always just kind of save them till I get a little lump round sum or something, and I'll take them and deposit them into my either Cash App or PayPal account, because those two are the ones that are easy to put cash in at Walmart. You know, you just walk up and be like, hey, here you go. And or my one account, which is a same type of deal, you know. But I don't know. Like, it all just turned into this big fiasco to where I feel like they're doing this because you know, to me, I feel like they're doing it because there's something malicious going on. But to them, I seriously think it just boils down to them. They don't want to sit there and look through it. They want an easy, cut, dry. All right, the green mark is everyone. That's the way I'm gonna do it for them. By the way, I'm gonna do like green dots equals, you know, DoorDash. Orange dot equals this, and then I'm gonna dot 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 dot, and then over here another legend like, you know, another color equals this. So they'll just look at the dots and be like, okay, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It has to. And they think the average person is gonna come up with all this on their own. You know what I mean? Legends and keynotes and like, Joe, over $415. That's all this like that's all it is. That's all the state tax is. $415 and they want me to itemize and do all this stuff. The problem with all this is that they're creating a red flag for the actual IRS federal level to say, whoa, something's wrong. We need to audit, even though there's nothing wrong. So I mean, it's like, dude, it's got me so stressed that the whole IRS audit portion's gonna come in. It's like, dude, I have moved so much, and all my taxes and all my stuff is digital. Half of these companies are like, I don't even talk to anymore. They don't issue 1099s. It's all off of my deposits in the Chase bank account, and I file on that only. You know what I mean? The gig work and everything's all fucking mileage. So I mean, the Stride app, I have the years of that. Vehicles, swapped them. They asked me this year why I sold the other one. I was like, I didn't sell it. It just got junked. I was like, I didn't even take a portion of that. The person who took it got to keep the money. So I just total loss on that. You know what I mean? Like, there was no cash portion. When the auditing happens, all the little Facebook sales I've done where people kind of cash tip me for the cars and the stuff I post if they sell, that type of thing, they're going to want like names and receipts from all those people and all those transactions, which I didn't do none of that, dude. These are like nonchalant, hey, thanks for helping me sell that, man. Here, I wanted to tip you for it. You know what I mean? Like, it's not here nor there. It's not something I'd require pay. It just comes in. So I deposited it in my Cash App or my PayPal, and then there's the transaction, you know? Like, I don't... Don Bob Julio on a fake profile, you know, on Facebook, who's done closed the profile out or got banned because Zuckerberg's a dumbass. You know, like, how do I trace all this shit? Like, it's all legit. It's all legitimate means, and it's all, you know, proper. It's just, I guess I wasn't prepared when it comes to keeping track of it. I follow what the tax professionals and all these things suggest me. Use an app like Stride. Okay, Stride installed, running it. You know? I guess on this year, that's what I'm saying. After this is over with, I'm reformatting everything. I'm gonna like document it exactly like I said. 9:48 p.m. to 9:37 p.m. Once, you know, picked up. Dude, I'm just gonna try to do my best. I don't know what else to do. Because, I mean, I'm being audited, you know, by the IRS. It's nothing that, like, scares me. Like, I said I was scared, but, I mean, I'm more scared in the sense it's, like, having to say to them, hell, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I can go through and I can pull and I can describe to you what I believe they were back then, but, you know, as far as keeping records that far back, mine's all bank-related, and I don't have nothing paper-wise, you know? My 1099s have been filed. Most of them come through email and electronic delivery nowadays, you know, so it's like, I'm pretty sure. And dude, not to mention, the lady from TurboTax said to me that, well, even if, she said this, well, even if you don't get the state return and that federal's still there, so don't even sweat it, really. And I'm just like, you know what? Okay. She's like, now, if you get a notice from the federal side saying the same thing, she goes, that's when you start to worry about things, because now you got to do such and such, you know, basically what I'll explain. And I was just like, okay. I was like, should I just pay the $400 then, and leave the paperwork and the legwork up to them? And she goes, most people, she said, I've heard some people try to do this. She said, but just paying the fee and not trying to provide anything or any explanation or anything would be, you know, kind of a red flag in their system. And I was like, well, what the fuck? Like, I feel like this is like leverage. Like, this is like like strong, or I don't know what to call it. You know what I mean? Like, they're just like leveraging people for money, you know? And it's like, what the hell, dude? Like, and honestly, after it just makes me want to quit doing all this DoorDash and all this shit, dude. Because they made it legal where in Indiana you can file your stuff, and I started when they said it was okay, and I mean, I've turned in every detail, every aspect of everything. In 2023, 2022, I think it was 2023. In 2023, I paid the state of Indiana money. And I noticed that in my account. I was like, he didn't even tell me that. You know what I mean? Like, he told me that they were all zeroed out so they don't matter. But I paid the state of Indiana money in 2023, and I can almost guarantee that's wrong. They didn't even do the paperwork. They quote unquote, like I told you earlier, sent out this imaginary, hey, there's a problem form. But in all reality, they sent out the imaginary, hey, we done did this because you didn't reply for them. It's like, I don't... Oh, and another thing is like when you're amending your taxes for the state side, you have to do it through courts. So not like I have to get a lawyer, but I have to go in front of a judge and be like, I'm doing this for this reason. And so it's like, wow. So like this is even going to go into court now because they don't want... Oh, man. I think I'm going to hire somebody to go through all my finances and do all that labeling. TurboTax doesn't handle it, I'm assuming, even though I paid them all that money. They might, though. They might actually do it. No. I know a way to fix this. I'm creating I'm going to close out my current Cash App, PayPal, all that stuff. And I'm going to create brand new ones. So everything's fresh. And I'm going to use income specific to where when the income comes in there, the only thing that goes out of there is transfers to other accounts, to like my spending account. Say if I want to buy groceries and all that, it'll be a different account that's not even correlated with the businesses at all. Because I look at this as gig work. The IRS and everything look at it as businesses. Like I'm running businesses. So maybe separating it all that way is a lot easier. So when I give them statements, I'm like, look, you can see it all right here. Like, transfer out, that's something else. You know what I mean? This is income. That's all they need is the income. And expenses. Like, there's a few expenses this year I put on there, like phone cable, charger cables for my car. And apparently they need information on those because what I provided wasn't enough, which was, you know, purchase receipts for them. They need to know exactly how much it was used for, my personal cell phone, how much it's used for my business side of things, and how much it's used for my personal side of things. So they can balance out their 50-50 splits on the cuts I got for like cell phone, for paying for my cell phone, you know, because it's used for doing all this gig work and all that stuff. I don't know, it's gotten weird though. What used to be pretty straightforward is now like, they made it seem like a puzzle to me. I gave up on the one quest after the chasing Amy. I couldn't get it to spawn there. I went back twice, 3 times. That little guy up in there failed it. I got 50% in though. Man, I hope Pops does better, dude. He's like out of it. Keep telling him he's gotta eat. He won't eat. He keeps taking medicine. I'm like, dude, you're gonna make yourself worse, bro. That Hawking shield, the one that looks like a giant silver cross. I like that one. Speaking sugar daddy or mommy to buy me 100% mount speed. Just be like, leave your guild, join ours. There's a bunch in here. Try it in here. No. Yo, I hate to leave you so early, but man, I'm out. I'm gonna go take a bath and relax. Got my out. I hate to blab in your ear like that. That was more for my stream. I'm just talking out loud. My bad. I'll hit you up, buddy. Chat, we out. I'm tired. My brain's exhausted. I'm gonna go to bed. Everything I rambled on is just rattling in my head. That's what I was talking about. I'm pretty sure my brain's overcomplicating everything because it's not very complicated. It's pretty straightforward. I gave all my assets. I'm not hiding any funds. I'm not hiding any income. It's all there. I want to utilize it because I have bare minimum of income as is, being a single father of 3, trying to raise them. You know what I mean? So I don't. I'm assuming that I just need to take a deep breath and just kind of wait because I've sent like 4 emails back to back. They haven't even responded to one, and I'm panicked, like, trying to get them details. I always meticulous over things like this because it's super important and it involves my kids' future. They need a dad. They need a dad here. So tax fraud's not something I'm trying to even mess with. I just want to know what I've done wrong, so I can fix it and address it. But I think I've fixed and addressed everything. Like I've scoured and tried to understand more today and reread things that I've learned to make sure I didn't, miss anything that's changed here. Because taxes always are changing, laws and stuff. And it doesn't look like I missed anything. It just looks like I didn't itemize things correctly and I didn't file correctly when it comes to my businesses, which is Spark and DoorDash. That's one business, gig work. And then my other, delivery work. That's one business. Then my other business, content creator streamer, is a different business entity, which includes all the sweepstakes niche, all the promos I do, all the content I do here on Facebook, all the content on YouTube and X platform, and all the stuff I make from that, tips, donations, all that stuff that comes in from time to time. Some people want direct, pay, will direct tip me through Cash App, PayPal, Facebook Pay. It all comes in on all these different things, but it's all under one business entity. And for some reason, I was like filing them all separate, like as they're all businesses, like these PayPal, like even my taxes say PayPal as a business. That's not a freaking business. That's one of the payout places, financial institutions under a business. You know what I mean? Like I filed it wrong this year, and I don't know why, or I don't understand how I got that messed up. I followed TurboTax's little things and put it in there. They checked it. They flagged it. I changed the things they told me to flag. I sent it. It said it was good. We're good to go. TurboTax of ease. That's what they call it. But I don't know. Like I said, a lot of information you guys don't need. I'm more just super stressed about it, trying to get it out of my head vocally so I can lay down and rest. So that's it for you guys. We'll get this addressed. Hopefully, I'll be back in high spirits tomorrow to bring you guys some better content because that was awful. And I apologize. That's an hour and 20 minutes. I got a few quests done, and that was it. But I appreciate all the guys that come in, kind of tune in and hang out here. And I apologize for the low energy lately. I got a lot of paperwork to do, dude. I couldn't even show you the amounts of paperwork. Like it's just stacked up everywhere around me. I got paperwork on paperwork on paperwork to fill out, file, and provide. I got about 60 megabytes worth of almost 100 megabytes worth of paperwork saved in e-files, you know what I mean? Which I don't know if that tells you anything, but that's a lot, dude. And it's like I'm doing what I can, man. But I love you guys. Appreciate you guys. I'm gonna go take a nice hot shower, bath, something, soak. I don't really need to be clean. I'm just trying to soak in some hot water and decompress. So much love, y'all. We'll see you later. Thank you guys.